With the wildlife pacified and the researchers safe, all task is complete. That just leaves the matter of the colibri meat. For better or for worse, there's really only one place we can take it to here in Charlian, the last stand. Come, let us see what Dickon can cook up for us. Oh now, there's a famished face if I ever see one. What can I get you, Green? Oh, bird meat from the hunt, you say? Leave it to me, I have just the recipe. It's a new dish I recently learned from some sailors, and for you lot, it's on the house. Have as much as I like, you hear?
Come, come. Let's enjoy the bounty of our first outing together. I'd heard that Charlian cuisine was terrible, but this is fantastic.
Just don't ask for their bread. Please, do not ask for their bread.
What is this? Oh, it smells spicy.
Oh, come now. Since when did you become so soft? It's not like we don't have spicy food in Tural, too.
According to Dickon, intensely hot dishes have become popular in Razadhan after a traveller ordered a curry with several times the usual amount of spice. So he started offering the same in order to please the growing Harnish population here in Charlian.
It's nothing I can't handle.
Oh, hey, I think I found your husband in the game.
Your boorish manners reflect poorly on the both of us. I wish you would consider your station.
I swear, sometimes it feels like you open your mouth only to criticize.
Would I be correct in assuming you've known each other for a long time?
Aye, thick as thieves since we were little.
I beg to differ. She is a long-standing acquaintance. Nothing more.
I see. I see.
All this time you were from Tural. Oh, would that I had known sooner. There's so much I'd like to ask.
You and everyone else. I've kept it quiet so as to avoid the endless interrogations.
Well, if he's going to be a miser, I'll be happy to tell you about our homeland instead. Since ancient times, many peoples have called Tural home, and they've been fighting each other for nearly as long. The fighting finally stopped some 80 years ago, when the reigning Dawn Servant unified the disparate communities and founded a new nation.
And that's how Tuliolal came to be.
Since then, we've enjoyed an era of uninterrupted peace. But my father is getting old, and he wishes to relinquish the throne to a worthy successor. One who can preserve his legacy. Including myself, there are 4 claimants to the throne. But while we all have the right to participate, one among us cannot be allowed to rule.
A man who is too ambitious by half. Word of the Garlean Empire's collapse has reached Tural. While most are simply relieved, he sees weakness to exploit and would lead our armies across the seas on a campaign of conquest.
After everything my father has done to give us peace, he would drag us back into war. I can't allow it. No matter what, I must win this contest.
I understand your reasons. But this being an event that will dictate the course of your nation's future, is it appropriate for outsiders like us to be involved?
Oh, it's more than appropriate. The Dawn Servant himself expressly encourages it. The ruler of Tural must navigate the intricacies of myriad cultures, and there's no better way to prove oneself qualified to do so than to work with foreign allies. That's why I sought you out. Through our hunt, I've confirmed that you're a warrior of considerable skill, but more importantly, one of good character as well. And so I ask you, will you lend me your strength and help me win the throne of Tulihualal? You don't need to decide right this moment. But I will need you if I'm to triumph over the competition. I'll stay here as long as I can while waiting for your answer.
In that case, allow us to prepare a room for you at the Baldessian Annex.
That's very kind of you. Oh, and one more thing. Once we finish eating, would you mind if I took the rest of the meat?
Whether the Wukramat has the makings of a ruler, I couldn't say. But I do know that she deeply cares for her nation and their people. Whether you choose to help her, though, is for you and you alone to decide. You got it well. Now then, it's past time I reported our mission success to the guild ship. I would have done so sooner, except Her Highness had needed to have her royal meal. I shall come by the annex later. Till then. Well, I dare say we now have a fair grasp of Wuklamat's situation. Still, you've been afforded time to consider her invitation. Why not use it to learn more about Tural? Numenor is bound to have some information on the continent. Surely it wouldn't hurt to be better informed. Quite right. Not only would it help you make an informed decision, but if you do choose to go, you'll be better prepared for what awaits. Come, my friend. Let us be off to the archives. Principles of blue magic and spell acquisition. Ooh! The origins of blue magic can be traced back to the esoteric practice of the Wallaki, a tribe in the distant continent of Tural. The tribe holds nature in the highest, and in seeking to cultivate a spiritual connection with it, they have learned to harness the power of the wildlife around them. In exchange for teaching them the common tongue, I was permitted to live among them and train in their ways. Those days were some of the most grueling I remember, but they were tremendously rewarding. For instance, I had the privilege of visiting Lapis Canyon, the tribe's sacred grounds. It is so named for the ceruleum deposit that wells up to the surface, turning the entire canyon a brilliant blue. Goddammit, Martin wrote this, didn't he? Under a shaman's watchful eye, I finally managed to master the Wallaki's art and make the animal's powers my own. As no name existed for it in the common tongue, I took the liberty of naming it Blue Magic. The reason I chose this color, as you will have doubtless gleaned, is for the significance it holds to the Wallaki. cannot think of a name more fitting to honor the people from whom this noble magic was born. Lines in the Sand, the Geopolitics of Heidelin. Let us begin by comparing the geographical characteristics of the three continents and Tyrol. The former stretches from east to west and lies entirely within the northern hemisphere. In contrast, the latter extends to the far reaches of both northern and southern hemispheres, and a difference immediately presents itself in the form of climate variance. Shifts in the climate tend to be gentler when moving east and west, but it's harsher when moving north and south. Owing to this fact, longitudinal migration is far more common in history, whether it be by men, animals, or plants. A case in point is the Allegans, who rose in power in Aldernard before advancing east into Ilsebard. Their movement would be mirrored thousands of years later by the Garleans. Meanwhile, all the disparate tribes of Tyrol waged war with one another for generations. Stymied by the climate, none could make any great headway north or south. Tribes hailing from frozen lands withered beneath the desert sun, while those that thrived in open plains could not pierce dense jungle. Such was the way of it, until the leader of the Mamulja succeeded in bringing the continent under one banner. Given the land's divided history and the reason thereof, one cannot help but be in awe of this feat. Truly, it is a testament to the autarch's greatness. Every land has given the flora and fauna of Tyrol. Every land has given rise to unique wildlife, and the continent Tyrol is no exception. Yet while some of her creatures have become a familiar sight in Eorzea, many more exist that are rarely seen this side of the Indigo Deep. This tome introduces a select variety of species as described in the testimonies of sailors and adventurers. Alpaca. Accustomed to Tyrol's craggy mountain ranges, this four-legged beastskin has been domesticated for seemingly hundreds, if not thousands, of years. Their soft white fleece is highly prized by weavers, while their strong legs and sure-footedness make them capable beasts of burden. Weavre. This ferocious scalekin is native to the dense jungles of Tyrol. The Mamulja have succeeded in taming them and utilize their prodigious strength for manual labor. Given their immense size and power, it should come as no surprise that the Weaver is also employed as a siege beast. Enemy fortifications cannot long withstand this horned brute's rampage. Valigarmanda. Tyroli folklore holds that this bird-like creature is the mightiest of beasts and the very embodiment of nature's power. Whether it exists beyond myth, however, is uncertain. Eorzean cuisine, a history. It is impossible to adequately discuss Eorzean cuisine without speaking of the land from which many of our modern-day staples hail, the far western continent of Tyrol. Ogre pumpkins, ruby tomatoes, even the ubiquitous potato. These crops and more regularly grace Eorzean dining tables trace their origins to the New World, as the place is known to most. The tale of this culinary immigration begins in the year 1498 of the 6th Astral Era, when a Leminson sailor named Ketanram had successfully traversed the Indigo Deep to arrive at the theretofore unknown continent. Ketanram spent several moons exploring inland, in the course of which he encountered the denizens of the sprawling nation of Mamulja. He was even granted an audience with their supreme leader, whose confidence he won along with permission to roam freely. Ketanram would return to Tyrol several times, but during his first expedition he charted the land and gathered myriad root vegetables and seeds to bring back to Limsa. The most notable of these was the potato, whose ease of cultivation and nutritional value saw it quickly spread to all corners of Eorzea. And that's where Lalafels come from. Hers was far from the only bounty of Ketanram's expeditions to Tyrol. Many tantalizing recipes, such as a bean-filled burrito, and gripping legends such as that of the Golden City, reached our shores by way of a ship. To those outside the Ketanram circle, Tyrol largely remains shrouded in mystery, yet its influence on our cuisine cannot be overstated. Many scholars, myself included, would relish the chance to immerse themselves in the culinary culture of that faraway continent. Having perused a wide selection of books relating to Tyrol, you are somewhat better informed about your potential destination. Kratia will be eager to know what you have discovered. Should you wish to read these books again, speak with a reference page.
Interesting that they took the actual foods taken from the New World and made that exactly what happened in this world too.
Scoured the library to your satisfaction, have you? Excellent. While there are a few books wholly dedicated to the subject of Tyrell, I dare say you found tidbits of useful information scattered here and there. But come, let's continue this outside. The mammoths do not take kindly to chatter. The ultimate plot twist. Earth is a reflection of Final Fantasy XIV.
I mean, aren't all stories written on Earth a reflection of Earth?
Yes. Now then, I'm quite keen to hear your honest impressions. I couldn't help but notice that we read the very same book on cuisine. Read. Past tense. I was pleasantly surprised to find references to Tyrell within. Among them, did anything in particular pique your interest? I was rather taken with the tale of Cat and Ram. Ah, yes. Well, tell me what they say when you pick the potatoes.
Let's see. As have I. Despite having just enjoyed a hearty meal, I found myself craving popotos. I keep wanting to say potato. The book also mentioned a method of preservation which sees popotos repeatedly frozen and dried. Yep, I forget the term for it. The resultant product was apparently used in a stew by the people in mountainous regions. I would like to sample the dish one day, that and all of the unique cuisines of that vast continent. Because you can't just straight up eat potatoes, especially native ones.
Ah yes, the renowned Leminton explorer who traversed the Indigo Deep and discovered the unknown West. And his accomplishments didn't end there. He traveled Tyrell extensively and even forged a friendship with the Dawn Serpent. If we were able to meet Keteram, what things we could learn. Alas, all of this happened nigh 80 years ago, and he may no longer be alive to tell his tales.
You know, that's the term.
But moving on. Did you perchance learn aught of the fauna of Tyrell? Given your adventuring background, I expect the topic would interest you. I learned about the Valley Garmanda. Now, why do I get the impression you're imagining pitting your skills against the fell beast? Unfortunately, I found scant details on your would-be prey. One source simply described it as an enormous winged creature with scales hard as steel that rules the skies. I should like to see it with my own eyes, presuming it even exists. I thought I heard familiar voices. Fancy running into the two of you here. Well, have some research of your own, do you? Aye, we hope to arm ourselves with the knowledge that may benefit the Garlean people. Having forged a new trade agreement with Razzatan, they will next look to foster relations with other nations. This includes former imperial provinces. In view of this, we hope to find hints in history on how neighbors of differing races and ideologies might engage with one another. And what of the two of you? What endeavor brings you here this day? Damn, they're not going to give me an opportunity to go on about blue magic, are they? A nation composed of the disparate peoples of Tyrell. I dare say this is precisely the kind of example we seek. We do well to read up on Tuliolo ourselves. The contest. Is Green the only one allowed to help Uklamat? There was no mention of such restrictions as I recall. On the contrary, Uklamat gave us the impression that she could have several champions. Alice, what are you thinking? I think I know how to make the most of our respite. Follow me, Alpino. We have planning to do. Oh no, Alice has an idea. Alice, wait!
It's Pinky. It's Pinky in the brain, 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 brain.
It would seem our plans have changed, if you'll excuse me. They never could rest on their laurels. Come, let us return to the annex. And then Alice had an idea. A crazy idea. Alice had a very crazy, reckless idea.
Oh, it's just... Despite all that we've learned, I can't help but feel we've yet to hear the whole story. What about you, my friend? Are you inclined to accept or refuse Worklamat's request?
I'm still undecided, to be honest.
I don't blame you. No matter the assurances, it's no simple thing to wade into the midst of a political struggle, and in a foreign land at that. How about this then? Instead of deciding here, go there first and then decide.
Yeah, what are the odds that a second royal is gonna get poisoned while I'm having dinner with them? They wouldn't reuse that. They wouldn't reuse that plot second time, would they?
In the course of seeing new lands and meeting new people, you'll surely find a way forward. That's what adventurers do, is it not? Such a journey would be the envy of many a scholar. Distant as it is, Tural remains largely unknown to us, with only meager records to be found in Numenor. The experiences to be had, all the things you might hear, feel, and think. It's enough to stir me to the core. Life is a series of journeys, my friend, and there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another. Ah, but there's an idea. I have a matter to attend to at the Agora. Please, go on inside. I will join you shortly.
Welcome back, Green. If you're looking for Wuklamat, she's currently with the others in her chambers. If you like, I can go and fetch them for you. Awajika, fetch everyone. Understood. Please wait in the main hall.
You have the look of someone who's made up their mind. Go on then. Let's hear it.
I never been one to turn down an adventure. I'll do it.
You're not going to make this Star Trek reference?
Not today, no.
Excellent. You'll be compensated for your troubles, of course. But I dare say your time in Tural will be its own reward.
You're not planning to leave without us, are you? Alphano, Alice! What are you two doing here?
Ah, it's the Troublesome Twins. Well, Troublesome Duo, and also Alfino. Damn it, I fucked that joke up.
You're fine.
We happened to cross paths at Numenon earlier, you see, and I told them about Wuklamat. And when we fortuitously met again at the Agora just now, they expressed an interest in meeting our visitor.
Ah, you must be the twins who are sneaking after Erenville as toads.
100 things about us you could have told her, and you chose that!
First impressions last.
'Tis an honor and a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Your Highness. Alphano Leveilleur at your service, and this is my sister Alize.
Oh no, let's not do that. I really can't stand titles. So, you want to participate in the contest too, is that right?
Indeed we do. We've been assisting with the rebuilding effort in Garlemald. Yet while progress is being made, the question remains of how the nation might reconcile with its neighbors. We believe there is much we might learn from Tuliolal, a nation founded on unity. And in return for this honor, we would spare no effort in supporting your claim.
The more the merrier, I say. And I'd be keen to learn about Eorzea and Garlemald from you as well.
Having recruited so many committed and capable allies, I presume you have no need for my continued assistance?
Nonsense! Like I told you before, you're indispensable. They're strong, aye, but strangers to our land. They need someone to guide them, to point out the dangers and spare them grisly deaths. I can't think of anyone better suited to that task than you. What's more, despite your assertions, I know you haven't given up on the City of Gold.
As I recall, Kryl, you were the first to state your desire to visit Tural.
Perhaps I was. Still, I can't help but worry about being away just when our order is beginning to find its feet again.
You have nothing to worry about. I haven't forgotten how you held the fort while I set off to explore Alzadal's legacy. It's only fair that I return the favor. Pray, leave the students to Ojika and me.
But, Raha...
You want to retrace your grandfather's steps, don't you? This is a rare opportunity, and I insist that you seize it.
Thank you, Raha. Thank you.
Well, looks like it's settled. I'm counting on you all to help me win the throne.
Oh hey, Krau's wearing the clover earring.
I suppose now is a good time to show you what I spent a small fortune on at the Agora. There. This, my friends, is the latest map of the world, created to celebrate our friendship with the Loporrits. Cast your eyes west of Sharlayan, for there it lies. The site of your next great adventure, Tural.
Possibly crazier than going to the moon, right? Lest you wonder about your passage to Tural, Aaronville will arrange a ship through his guild. You need only worry about your own preparations. Speaking of which, please take this with you, a rugged and ready knapsack. May it serve you well on your upcoming adventures. Now, I'm not sure when departure will be, but rest assured I'll let you know when I hear something. Till then, please take your ease.
On them, it's immediately his thought trail's logged it out.
Meanwhile, Limsa Lominsa.
When does the next ship set sail?
May I ask your destination?
The north and east, I've already seen. I suppose I'll head west this time.
West, you say?
Meanwhile, in old Sharlayan.
I see you've made up your mind.
Question?
I had a feeling you'd be keen.
I'm sorry?
Nobody answered this Justinian question. When the next boat is.
I'm sure he'll find a way.
But to think that our comrades too are thither bound. Fate doth work in mysterious ways. Indeed. It will be a grueling task, having to contend with them. If the prospect doth trouble thee, 'tis not too late to decline the petition. Though thine expression would suggest thou art far from perturbed.
Oh, how could I possibly be, knowing what's to come?
Then let us delay no further and secure passage on a vessel.
Aye. This will be a mission to remember. Come, my friend. We make for Tural.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north? The fabled golden cities of the New World?
Weigh anchor now, the tide is high, and a dawn of new adventure is nigh. Row forth to break horizons bond and tread the gilded path beyond.